are talking about the vision and the mission that are often set by the top management of the firm, and the objectives of the new digital transformation project that are set by you or by the team in charge of that digital transformation. If we look at the vision, right, the vision is that ideal world that you want to live in as an organization. Okay. And when you are starting this new digital project, you want to see if you are going to be able to continue with the same vision that you had as a company, or you will have to replace it. So that means build a new vision that includes the digital component, or you will have to complement the current vision and just add a little digital component. And this will be normally based on whether your company is, or your vision is adaptable for this new digital paradigm. Okay. So oftentimes, digital transformation will mean that you will completely change your company and therefore your goals maybe as a company. But sometimes, no, your goal will be the same, just the tools that you're going to use, among them, digital, might be different. Then if we take a look at the objectives themselves, we said, well, we can use SMART objectives as a way of setting objectives. We already know that. We did practice that before. But we can also set online revenue contribution as an objective. You can make target values or targets in terms of the customer value. So how much money can we get from each customer? Or we can use balanced scorecards to set those objectives. We also said that there are some e-business specific techniques that we can use, and those have to do with your capacity as a company to handle change. Okay, so some specific objectives for change management. But something that is very important here is, because we are talking about digital, right, would be this online revenue contribution concept, which basically means the amount of money that you're able to make online, okay, or through online activities. Today, we are going to concentrate on online revenue contribution, okay? Balanced scorecard, we're not going to see it in customer value targets. That's something that you can do by yourself, okay? Today, we will start by referring to the strategic objectives, okay? And we will do that by looking at this pyramid. This pyramid shows us the relation between the vision, the mission, the objective, the strategy, and the tactics. And we can say that there is a hierarchy on this relation where vision is the beginning, right? Vision is the world that you would like to be in as an organization. Then your mission is how are you going to do to achieve that dream that you have, right? Then the objectives are more specific things that you will do to, build, to achieve your mission. Then the strategies are, the routes that you will take to arrive to your destination, to your objectives. And the tactics are very specific tasks that you will do in order, to fulfill your strategies. Therefore, the tactics have to contribute to the strategies. The strategies will help you to meet your objectives. The objectives will, make sure that you achieve your mission, and your mission will help you build your vision. Okay? And it's this way for all organizations. So in this project, you will have to set the objectives, you will devise the strategies, and finally, you will set some KPIs coupled to different tactics so that you know that you are closer to your objectives. Let's take a look at some examples of how we can do that, how we can set some objectives, then devise some strategies, and finally, use some key performance indicators. We're taking the example of a B2B company, so a company that sells to other companies. We said that the first objective could be as follows. One, right, to develop revenue from new geographical markets. So basically, we want to penetrate new markets. And to do that, we have created this strategy. We want to create an e-commerce facility for standard products and assign agents to these markets. So that means that we want to use the e-commerce shop, a web shop, to sell our products online. And we also have, some people who will be in charge of those regions. Our KPI for this strategy will be that we want to achieve a combined revenue of 1 million by the end of the year, and that 70% of this 1 million will be made online. Okay, so that means that most of the money will be made online. Then, let's take a look at the second example. We want to increase revenue from smaller scale purchases from retailers. So basically, we want to make more money from smaller retailers, okay? Or smaller purchases from the retailers. 2, we want to create an e-commerce facility for standard products so that they can come and buy more often. What will be our indication that our strategy is helping us to meet our goal? It will be that we want to increase sales through retailers from 15 to 25% by the end of year 2, and we want to have an online revenue contribution of 30%. So that means that we want 1/4 of our sales coming through the retailers, and that 30% of our total revenue will be made through this e-commerce facility. Third one, ensure retention of key account customers. The key account customers normally are those companies that represent the highest value for the company in terms of finance, but also in terms of strategic value to the companies. So to make sure that we keep these people inside, right, we are going to have a soft lock-in by developing an extranet facilities and continued support from sales reps. Now, what does it mean, this soft lock-in? A soft lock-in is a sort of barrier that we create so that our key account customers don't leave us. How do we want to build this barrier? Is we want them to invest on building this extranet. So that means connecting their system with our system through internet. Now, why do we want to do this? Is because, making these connections to the systems are not free. They are sometimes expensive. They take time, they take a lot of resources. So once this key account customer has made this investment on the extranet, he is very unlikely to change to another provider, right? Because otherwise, if he changes, then he loses that money and he has to invest money again to do the same thing. So he will think twice before leaving you. That's why we call it is a soft lock-in, right? And then how we are going to know if this works or not as a lock-in, then means that we're going to look to have 5 key account customers. We want to retain them, and we want to create revenue through this extranet. That 100% of our revenue coming from these key account customers will be made to the extranet. Why? Because then it has value for them. You know, if everything can be handled smoothly without much human intervention, right? Then they will be interested in working this way. 4, we want to improve the efficiency of sourcing raw materials. And to do this, we are going to develop an e-procurement system. Procurement means that the process of, selecting the raw materials, selecting the supplier, and then buying the products, bringing them to the company, and storing them somewhere until we can use them. That is the procurement. So we're going to make a system like that, and we will know whether we are being successful with our KPIs or not if we can reduce the cost of procurement by 5% this year, 10% next year, and then we will have a 80% of purchases online. So that means that most of the things that we buy inside of the company will be bought online through our e-procurement system. That, of course, has other consequences, that the costs, overall cost, will get reduced. Then we have number 5, reduce time to market and costs for new product development. For this, we want to reduce this time, because the shorter is this time, the quicker we can bring our products to be sold. Okay? And for this, we are going to use a collaboration tool that will allow us to, making the designs online, sharing documents online, maybe even working together on the same document online. Okay? And the way to know that we are going to be able to meet these KPIs is by reducing the cost and time to market by 10% in year 3. Okay? Until here,
Thấy cũng
questions?
ổn mà. Tại đợt này học thì môn chuyên ngành thì cũng hơi khó một chút nhưng mà cũng cố gắng được ạ. Vâng. Được, chào cảm ơn ạ. Vâng.
Any question until here?
Dạ vâng ạ. Vậy cháu chào mợ nhá. Ông ạ.
About the KPIs, because this is something that you have to do exactly the same for your own projects, right? For your own projects, you will need to create these objectives, strategies, and then much more specific objectives. Okay? So that is what is expected from you. Any question?